Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back in another video. Today we have what they call the Pearl Clip Pro, and they're basically these earbuds that are basically clip onto your ears. They almost look like earrings. They're very interesting design because one, because they clip into your ear, they aren't really that heavy. I don't really feel them at all. Two, it's kind of unique because you've never seen this type of form factor before. I think this is very new. And I think I've seen a few products that are kind of similar design with this on the market, but I know it might sound weird, but they're basically two little balls that kind of dangle on your ear. They're really cool because, like, honestly, they just clip in. They're very useful. They're very kind of comfortable. And, they're very different from what we traditionally see with, like, normal, like, AirPod Pros or the ones that clip over your ear or the ones that go in your ear, but they don't actually, like, seal with, like, a tip or anything like that. So this form factor is very unique, but I think they really did achieve a really good sound quality with this. And it's actually honestly, a very comfortable experience. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't actually look that odd either. Like, if you're walking around, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh, that's like really, really strange. I feel like it's pretty low key design. It doesn't really like stand out too much. So like, I feel like it's a design that's not only comfortable, but it doesn't really stand out. I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it looks pretty nice. And I feel like this could potentially be like the future of audio. Like, I can see a lot of people actually liking this form factor and this being pretty popular because of it. And compared to like these other designs that kind of like go over your ear, so we have these kind of over ear type of clips where they basically sit on top, and like there's nothing wrong with this type of design where it kind of goes like this and it sits on there, but they're just a little bit bigger, and I feel like they're actually a little bit looser than this one. This one actually feels slightly secure on my ear, and that's kind of like the one thing, and it just doesn't really stand out that much either because it's so small. So yeah, those are things I would focus on. But let's talk about, like, I guess, sound quality, right? Like, so if you're looking at this, like, how does it sound in comparison to like traditional devices? So I feel like that goes into the first thing, is that it's basically like strapping speakers onto your ear, and they're a little bit smaller, but essentially they're like playing like a little speaker like next to your ear, right? So this device doesn't have anything like noise canceling or like transparency mode to be like found. This thing, because it doesn't really seal your ear, you're going to hear a lot of the outside. So in a sense, you can say it is an open back type of design where you can hear your surroundings. And at the same time, if you play music and stuff with it, the kind of everyone else can kind of hear your music too, because this thing isn't like deep in your ear, it's kind of on your ear. So if they're close enough or next to you, they might actually hear your music too. So I think those are the two things to note about this type of design. But I feel like the benefit of this is obviously you don't have anything stuck or jammed into your ear like the classic designs where I didn't know this, but like a lot of people don't actually like having things in your ear. My own brother is actually a person who doesn't like that. And so this type of design is an alternative to that. Obviously, this is also an alternative of putting something in your ear as well. But yeah, another like kind of a benefit of this as well is that because it's kind of like having speakers just like hang out of your ear, I feel like it does make it sound like a more speaker-like presentation. What I mean like that is that like it doesn't sound like you're listening to these tiny earbuds inside your ears. It actually sounds like they're coming out like a further experience, almost more like a headphone-like experience rather than like an earbud experience. So I feel like a lot of people would say it has a bigger like sound stage because it sounds just bigger and like further from you. So I feel like that is actually a benefit of this type of design. Now, I would say another thing or another drawback I didn't slightly notice is that this thing has actually like a really good tuning all the way down to like the bass and the sub bass, like the deepest like low end. I'm talking about like 20 hertz like sub bass. It's not really that many songs have it, but if you listen to it, it does have like a roll off at the very, very bottom of it, just a slight little itty bitty roll off that it has that you don't get with more traditional designs. AirPods Pro 4, I feel like these just do a better job at like sealing in your ear, and they just sound overall just better. The sub bass is just, you get all the way down low, you get transparency mode, you get, sound cancellation as well. So this type of more traditional design has its benefits for sure, but I feel like this is actually a really cool technology. The music actually sounds well tuned. That's the thing that I noticed about it. It's like when I have it in my ear, the thing is I think it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for people because like if you put it in your ear, like when I first put it on, it's like I didn't know what to do. I was like, is it supposed to be like this? Is it supposed to be like that? But really, you're actually supposed to angle it this way, and then you actually kind of have to move it to make sure it's in like the perfect spot in front of your ear. Because if it's not, your tuning of it won't be perfectly aligned to like hit your eardrum. So, you know, for me, I had to like learn to put it in the proper place. But once I got it there, it was honestly really good. The sound quality, the tuning is very natural, very good, and it's something that, you know, I've come to expect for a lot of digital devices in general. Because I mean, come on, they're literally digital devices. They can use, you know, digital EQ to essentially tune it, so they have really no excuse not to have a good tune kind of earbud, and this is definitely that. Actually, like listening to it, like it's very natural, a little slightly bassy sound, I would say. They definitely have an elevated like mid bass, and you can actually hear and like feel the bass. That's another thing. They actually have a very dynamic driver, so you can kind of like, it kind of shakes your ear a little bit, kind of feel that too. So it is actually a pretty engaging type of sound too. So really overall, I would say it's honestly a fun type of sound, very easy to kind of listen to. It has even touch controls too. So if you actually look on this, you can actually tap it. So with this, you can just tap it and it can actually kind of play music, stop music. You can also increase your volume, decrease your volume. So you can do all the typical stuff that you expect on this. So it really does have that capability, and honestly, that makes it just a great device. And it's just kind of like a normal versatile earbud that you would expect it to do all those things, right? So they have another product which is less unique. It's more of a copycat of the Apple product. I think they call it the AirLight 5. And this thing is essentially the AirPods non-pro. So, you know, it doesn't have anything that seals right there. It kind of sits inside your ear, but it doesn't like seal it. And it just is the cheaper version. That's why it's called light. It doesn't have any of the extra like features. But honestly, if you're just listening to music, this design works. I actually do prefer listening to the clips over this design. So that's honestly another win for the clips. I actually like the clips better. In the end, I think the Soundpeats Air Pro 4 is still probably their best product. This one essentially has, you know, the noise canceling, like I said. It has the best sound, the best dynamics, the best everything, honestly. I still think this is still their best product they make. I mean, it comes with this transparent design too for the case and the shell, so it also looks really good. So I still think this is still their best design, but honestly, I can see this kind of clip design actually take off. I think it actually has a huge potential for the future, and I actually really enjoy it even more than these kind of over-ear clip designs. I feel like it just feels more secure, less intrusive, and I really just don't notice it at all. And so yeah, I feel like the future of audio is going to be a little bit interesting. There's going to be some more designs that might take off. I feel like a lot of like, I just feel like a lot of women would probably like this too for like, you know, fashion design, because it looks different, but it looks kind of interesting and cool too. It doesn't look ugly in my opinion when it's on your ear, so I feel like that's another kind of potential for this as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I want to know your guys' opinions on this clip. You guys can comment down below. I'll leave links if you guys are interested in any of these products down below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.